The barrier for the dissemination, the expression of creativity is low, but the demand for it is high. Now, what I mean by that is, despite the low barrier of entry for the dissemination of creativity, the demand for it still remains high. And that's because what you call creativity today is simply copycats. And there is nothing wrong with that, but I'm just stating it as a truth. The demand for creativity or uniqueness in any form, in any industry, remains. It's there. But the actual production of pure, genuine art, if you're making anything today, I can't say this for everybody, but if you're making something today and if it's original, the likelihood of it being widely accepted is going to be nil. It just can't happen. And that isn't something that is true today. It is true always. Those who have pioneered, who have innovated in any field, their work will largely be ignored. That is just truth, because the modern day demand for creativity comes from what is seen outside, what's around, what's popular. It's like when a parent is asking a kid, like, what are you guys into today? Now, what they hear, there may be some truth to that, but that's like walking halfway in on a conversation. So you're not really getting the full picture. The demand from corporations, from the public, they are in many ways looking for the truth. They are thirsty for water, if you will. But what they're served is water filled with saline. It's just salt water. There's very few pure creations. It's very difficult to sustain purely because the world wants nothing but garbage from you. They're looking for something totally anemic and hollow. And they're not wrong for that, but it's just necessary to understand that. There is never gonna come a time where pure art will be demanded. That is usually, and sometimes never, but that is usually when an artist is long gone and you're digging up the relics. If there was a large demand for the things that I was creating in the manner for which I created, I would be concerned. In order for you to even enjoy this, you have to be of a particular ilk. And even those who do, they don't necessarily understand it. Even I had not understood it. It wasn't until I had to step outside of this thing and go on a journey and explore it that I recognized what it truly was. It's beyond fashion calendars or album rollouts. It may exist in that, but it isn't that. The demand for creativity is high, but the supply for which that demand creates, it's lackluster. If you're doing anything today that is pure, that is genuinely creative, in many ways you have to come with some pre-understanding that no one's gonna enjoy these works. It'll be a very small, select few individuals, because that's what pure things are made for. The world isn't interested in the passion projects that you have and the deep mining and explorative art in any form. They're simply not interested in that. They're looking for a distraction from the banalities of life. That's too deep. It's too raw. And whether they understand that or not is another story. If you're making anything, the joy has to be in the creation of that, whether positive or negative. It cannot exist in the audience. It cannot exist in the adoration. Because the minute that those same individuals decide that they don't like it, then it's over. And you're a slave to their feedback. And any artist who is a slave to feedback, any artist who needs the adoration or encouragement from anyone is a slave. And there can be no creativity. There can be no art that comes through an individual who is dependent upon the feedback from someone else in order to create something that is innate within them. I moved to California and I found that it was necessary for me to explore, to see through the perception of what I believe this place to be, beyond its lush environment. Like, why was I pulled here? I believe when I was young, I said I wanted to pursue success. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's plenty of success to be found here. The idea of success was the poison, because myself, like most artists, come to a place in hopes that the environment is going to give them something. They share their art and they lay it out for the world to see. And then one person comes by and says, oh, well, that should be skewed a little bit to the left. You should probably make that darker. Someone else would like that. Another person says, that should be bigger because my friend had one like that and it should be bigger and I think you should do that. And then the artist does that as well. And before you know it, all of that feedback, by the time the artist looks at the work, it no longer looks like what they want. And the scary thing is, if that artist achieves some notoriety because of that, they're doomed. And they're doomed now because there's pleasure associated with it. And there isn't anything wrong with pleasure, but it's like sugar. It's fleeting. So most artists end up in that situation where the work that they created isn't something that they stand by or are driven to do. It is a result of tainted hands coming in to interfere with the work of the artist. And now there's been some notoriety and quote unquote success found. And so now what was pure for this artist is now fabricated. It is now rehearsed and performed. It's not genuine. When the very thing that brought this artist to this place was a desire to express. That is usually the journey of every artist, of every individual. You have something pure, and then little by little, it becomes something manufactured. It's bottled and sold. And there isn't anything wrong with that. There's really no bad. There's no good. But because of that, the artist diverts from a path of purity and genuineness to a rehearsed prefab career. It's the reason why you can look at the career of many artists. You could pick any industry and you can look at them and you can see how they all stick to a particular role. That isn't because that's what they want. It's the path that they found themselves on because of what happened at the onset. It wasn't pure. It's why every career arc looks the same. Same press rollout, same album rollout, same career run, same sports career, same averages. Every human's coming from different walks of life, yet the output is the same. And it's because they all follow the same path. You're young, you put a poster on your wall, and you want to be like so-and-so. It's genuine. That's pure. And you believe that the individual on the poster on the wall, whatever they did to arrive there, you follow those steps. You do what was done. You copy what they said. They speak a certain way, you speak a certain way. How they treat others, you treat others. Because you believe that by following them, you'll get what they got. But those who were successful didn't get there because of following. Those who were truly successful, I mean elite, got there by way of knowing the truth, got there by way of devotion to knowing a particular truth about how to achieve what they've achieved. If that could be reproduced by way of copying, then you would see nothing but highly elite, successful individuals. But what you see are copycats. Most don't even know that. They don't know that. Those choices have already been decided for them. That is why there is nothing but copycats. It's not that copying is wrong. It's that if you truly want to get somewhere, the first thing to have is some sincerity to explore what it is that you want, to distill that. For me, it was in distilling, why am I here? Why am I in Los Angeles? My years spent were trying everything. Having one foot into a situation because, well, I want to see what's going on, but I'm not completely sure. Now, that wasn't a choice. That's just innate sensibility for me. That's just my father, honestly. Natural skeptic, natural contrarian. So that's just what I was exposed to as a child. So naturally, I explore everything with one foot in, one foot out. And what I found was, after trying everything, that nothing gave me the satisfaction more than communing with my art. Nothing gave me more satisfaction than being so intimate with this thing. Nothing gave me more satisfaction than distilling this thing that I loved so much to do, just to be one with it. The byproduct, what comes of it, that's fine. But it's the engagement. It's the intimacy with that. That is what I found to be true. And if that isn't present in any artist, I don't care what industry, the work has to be derivative. It has to be a copycat. The majority of artists weren't born copycats, but they are. And we know the adage of nothing is new under the sun. Sure. But every human is unique. Every single one. So why is the output of each of these works, why are they derivative? Why do they all look alike? Water flows through a watermelon, an orange, an apple, every fruit. That's just water. But they taste all unique unto themselves. Humans don't do that. Humans are looking to copy and be like. Originality is a it's a dying genre. So if you're making something unique, you have to understand that most aren't looking, because that the path of originality, that is a path away from everything else. It's saying goodbye to everything else, at least for the sake of having a genuine audit of what one spends their time doing. Nobody does that. What you see are everyone clamoring together, doing the same things at the same times. That's all you see. So the output, the end product has to look the same. Everyone dresses the same. I mean, if you truly think about a trend, well, how does it happen? How is everyone wearing the same sneaker now? Everyone likes that shoe today at this particular time. Now we chase virality. What's viral? Why do we chase that? We don't know anything else but to copy. Originality is superbly rare. The demand for creativity will always reign. The thirst for pure water will always be there. And the supply of saline water will also be there too. Those who are original are rare. Those who are devoted to originality are rare. And they'll be ignored just for the things I explained. And it's not good and it's not bad. It just is what it is.